Man, welcome to another episode of The Art of War. Today, I got a guest who is one of the faces of boxing, two-division world champion, former undisputed world champion. He's a young man that's flashy, outspoken, and full of confidence. Brother, welcome to the show, Devin the Dream Haney.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Man, first of all, brother, I just appreciate you taking the time, man. You know, I know you got a lot going on, and, you know, it's a lot of people you can really sit down and speak to, but I want to ask you, man, how you been doing? How you been processing what's been going on? How you been feeling, man?
Oh, man, I've been feeling good, you know, just taking time to be with my family, my loved ones, my, immediate, people, my small circle, and, just going over everything and, just still analyzing and, just focusing on making my next move, my best move.
How is that for you, though? Because, you know, you're a guy that don't lose a lot of rounds, much less a fight. So this is new territory for you as a professional.
It is new territory. It's a very unique situation, at that, as we know. We seen Ryan, the things that he took, the PEDs, me being cheated, it's like you want to look at yourself like, okay, where did I go wrong? And in the beginning, that's what was, I was trying to figure out after the fight. When after every fight, you think of what I could have did better, where can I get better? So after that fight, you really, you go back to the drawing board and you're trying to figure out where did I go wrong? And I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't, I fought a guy who did everything wrong leading up to the fight, me doing everything right. Great team, great coaches, great game plan. It's just hard to beat somebody when, they doping.
I'm going to take a little bit of a pivot, man, and we're going to get back to the fight because I got some specific questions that, I want to see if you can answer for us. But, it's well documented, man, your ties to the Bay Area and then, you growing up in Las Vegas. What was life like for a young Devin Haney in Vegas, but being this young phenom, taking all these trips as an amateur fighter?
When we went to Vegas, we went to Vegas for, a better life. Coming out the Bay Area, it wasn't the best, especially for a young kid growing up. So, we moved to Vegas for a better life, to see something different. And from a young age, I was always, focused. I knew what I wanted to do. I was playing football at a young age.
Oh, really?
Like 7, 8.
Tackle?
Yeah. No, I was a star football player on my team.
Like that?
We took on boxing, and just from a young age, I knew what I wanted to do. I knew that, I was special, and I just knew that I had to, stay focused, and I was on the right path.
Now, fans don't know this, but it's a lot of names in boxing right now that you came in contact with. Dudes you fought, Ryan is one of them. You came up with Shakur. You came up with a lot of different guys. How did the relationship with Shakur get built? Because if I'm not mistaken, he used to come to your house and spend time and stuff like that. Like, how did that go left?
Me and Shakur been knowing each other since I was 12, 13. Spent a lot of time, came to my house, numerous occasions. We traveled the world together on the junior Olympic team. I don't know, man. Just a unique situation. I can't really say where it went wrong. But it is what it is. It's boxing. It's no friend, especially, when these guys are around your weight class. We're peers. And it is what it is. We knew that one day we would, meet up and it is what it is.
I asked him, I said, is it just some boxing beef or is it like some real beef? He's like, nah, it ain't, it's just boxing. As an older homie in the game, it's hard for me because I'm seeing the youngsters. I'm like, man, y'all like, man, figure this out. But when I was in the game, I understood it because everybody fighting for their position.
Yeah.
It is competition. We do got history.
Yeah.
Sometimes the history come out and, you feel a way about it, man. But I just didn't really understand, how that situation went left. But I get it. Tell me about the Floyd Mayweather relationship because you came up under Floyd young in your life. Why was the Floyd Mayweather relationship so important to build to kind of keep you under Floyd?
Floyd was the biggest in the game. I was fortunate that he was right there. That's what really what started. Him just being there, me being in Vegas, me going to his gym, me training with his father, his uncles.
I've heard Pop talk about it several times about, Floyd offering y'all a contract at a certain point.
Yeah.
And I respect how you and your dad have been moving in the sport. It's different, it's unconventional, but it's been effective. You not taking that Floyd deal or feeling like it's just not the right situation. Do you think that's where that was like the beginning of some of the issues taking place?
I don't have nothing but love for Floyd, and I respect what he's done for the sport. He's motivated me. I just watched him, studied him for so long. Still to this day, he's done a lot for me, whether he even knows it or not. Just the little gems that he gave me from me just being able to watch him so much.
I've had my run-ins with Floyd. I was never as close to Floyd as you were, but I've had my run-ins with Floyd where 1 minute it seemed cool. Oh, what's up, Drake? Yeah, that's the champ. And the next minute you saying something about me, and I'm like, bro, what's up? Like, what is that? Because I seen that post-fight with Ryan, and I was gonna get into it, but I'm gonna just get into it now, about, you said it, feeding them information and different things like that. It's like, I don't understand that.
I think Floyd is just so competitive that, it is what it is. He just competitive. So I don't know. Like I said, I can't really speak on it from his point of view. I'm just trying to be the best me that I could be. And, it is what it is. I respect the OGs of the sport, the ones who paved the way for fighters like me.
Pop telling it like it is. When you see that kind of interaction, are you like, man, I respect what my dad is doing, but I'm going to let him do him? Or do you feel like, man, we don't need that?
My Pop's speaking up for us and, what we feel. Pop's been doing it for so many years and just, being backing me and, it's nothing but love for coming from our way. And, we just passionate and we want our name to live on, with the greats when it's all said and done. So maybe the things that Floyd hadn't did that we may have wanted him to do, or I may have, felt maybe that's maybe why I'm here where I'm at today. Maybe I used it as motivation.
When you see Pop being a mouthpiece, and he does it very, very well, do you feel like that puts more pressure on you? Or does it take pressure off of you? Because you like, man, I could be focusing on other things, training this and Pop keeping the name out there, and he dealing with any foolishness that's coming across that internet.
We here because of him promoting, him talking, and some people hate him, some people love him. But a lot of people
tune in though.
Yeah. They tune in. They want to hear what he got to say. That was always the plan. And he's great at what he does.
You turned pro at 17.
Yeah.
People don't know that the Olympics is every 4 years. So if your birthday, if you miss that cutoff, you either got to wait another 4 years or you got to turn pro. You chose to turn pro, and y'all went a whole different route, bro. How did the Tijuana, Mexico in the back bar and these ballrooms, how did that come about? Whose vision was that?
That was my pops. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't really want to do it at first because I'm like, man,
really,
Mexico. It was unheard of, really. Like, the fighters, it's common now. Now everybody doing it, but before that, it was like Mexico. Like, you want to go to Mexico? And we was hearing so much bad things about people were saying you would get robbed and this and that. Mexico is dangerous, this and that. So I was like, I don't know if I want to go to Mexico. But I trusted my dad. I trusted in his vision, and it worked out.
Bro, you was pulling up to them ballrooms still clean. You still had your outfit. You was pulling up like it was a championship fight. I'm like, yeah,
it's funny looking back because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for those moments. But I was taking it serious. You would have thought I was fighting for. I was sparring 12 rounds
for real.
A Mexico fight, but that's prepared me for the big moments. Taking them moments so serious.
So you start building up your record, and you finally get an opportunity to fight. I believe it was in Nevada, right?
Yeah.
In Las Vegas.
Yeah.
But you're still not aligning with the promoter.
Yeah.
Right? So the conventional route is like, I get hot enough, promoters start coming around, we're gonna pick one.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't pick one.
Yeah.
Why not?
The type of deals they was offering, it didn't make sense to us. They wanted to, sign us into, long-term deals, but just the money just wasn't right. It wasn't the type of deals that we wanted. So we just like, you know what? We didn't take it as, disrespect. In a way we did, because we used it as motivation, and we was like, you know what? We're gonna just keep on building.
So you mean they was trying to get you for a little bit of nothing?
Exactly. So we like, man, we just, you know what? We're gonna stay on the grind, keep on building, and eventually they're gonna see us. Eventually they're gonna see our worth.
That strategy worked though.
Yeah.
Because what happened was, you was the one they couldn't get.
Yeah.
And you could hear them, they was mad about it. You could hear the grandma, he thinks he's this, he thinks he's that. And really it was just a different model that the promoters and managers don't like because it's not conventional.
Yeah.
But it was risky too, though, because if you would have faltered early on, they'd say he needed a promoter.
Yeah.
You know, but it worked for y'all.
Yeah, I mean, because we use social media. You know, we was built up on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that. And we use that to promote ourselves. Because that's what the promoters do anyways. They do the same thing. So we was like, you know what, we can do it ourselves. He was able to watch my fights on YouTube. He wasn't able to watch it on ESPN. The Zone wasn't out at that time, Showtime or whatever. Had to watch me on YouTube.
But that seemed like it was a conscious decision, right? Like, you always have a camera around you.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, it's your camera.
Yeah.
Show people.
Yeah.
Was that Bill? Was that chewing Bill?
Nah, that was really my pops. I was so young at that time. Like, my pops used to put the camera in my face, and I used to be shy. I didn't know what to say. I used to be just like, so it built me for you know, these moments to be able to get used to talking in front of the camera.
The Haney I see on camera is a little bit different than the Haney I see off camera.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if I just seen your social media personality,
yeah,
it's different than the dude when you walk in the room. You kind of, you know, soft spot, hey, how you doing? And it's kind of like that with Floyd too. Like, Floyd can turn up offline, but really Floyd be chilling.
Yeah.
Do you like the cameras in your face, or is it just business? Like, I gotta do this.
I understand it. Like, a lot of people don't know that I'm not just like, if I don't even know you, I don't even talk a lot. Like, I'm not just somebody that just be like, you know, talking, but I know when to and when not to. But so I would say I understand the cameras. I use them for what they for.
2019, you won your first world title. WBC lightweight title, right?
Yeah.
How did it feel to get that monkey off your back? You got the whole time being in these ballrooms. You're not really signing with a promoter. You're going about it your way. Pops is letting everybody know what time it is. We're not shy. We're not brash.
Yeah.
You finally get that monkey off your back.
Nah, it was unique. See, my career everything is been unique, but I thank God for it. I thank Allah because everything happens for a reason. So when I won the title, it was, oh, he's email champion. I was email champion then for a long time.
That's what running with that for a little bit.
They was running with that. But now we see fighters, they don't say a word. They get emailed the title and they don't say nothing. But all of that has made me bigger, made me to the person that I am today. Because, you know, so I still wasn't getting my credit. I was champion, but I didn't get my full credit. But it built it up for me to become undisputed.
If you could do it all over again, would you have accepted that title that way?
Yeah, because if I didn't, then I would never got my shot at being undisputed. Because I had that one missing piece to the lightweight division, and that's what gave me the shot to fight George Kambosos. But a lot of people was telling me to vacate, don't accept it. And at times I was thinking, like, man, I should have accepted it. Like, I should just wait. I should just wait and fight for it the traditional way. But everything happens for a reason.
You got to play the game sometime.
Yeah.
You got to play the game. And the sanctioning bodies, as we know, they play a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
So they put you in position, they take you down.
Yeah.
You dominate Gamboa, then you fight Jorge Linares, where that dude been around the game forever.
Yeah.
He look like he don't never age,
yeah.
right? You have some rough spots in that fight, and you start hearing people start talking about the chin.
Yeah.
Do you think that was justified? Or do you feel like I got hit, it happens, and I responded the way a champion's supposed to respond?
That's what I feel. I mean, I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, every grade of the sport, you know, has got hurt. It's what they do when they get hurt, how they react. And I feel like I reacted like a champion, and you know, it was just experience.
With Teo, I've seen you go back and forth with this dude for years. Like, why have y'all not fought yet? Was it ever any offers made? Is he pump faking? Like, what's?
It's funny that you asked that because I was supposed to do a stay busy fight. You know, get back in the ring in October in Saudi, and the next fight was gonna be Teo, Turki, and you know the guys offered him a fight. He said he's not. No.
So they offered him a fight.
Yeah, he said he's not ready.
So I've seen you in Saudi. Now Saudi's here.
Yeah.
And they not playing.
Yeah.
You like what you're seeing?
Yeah, I mean they're putting on good cards, big cards, these big events. I think it's good for boxing.
It's shaking the game up for sure. So George Kambosos gets his shot against Teofimo Lopez in November 2021. As that fight is unfolding in real time, where are you at and what are you thinking?
So during that fight, I was actually happy because before the fight, Tio was saying a bunch of things, how he wasn't gonna give me a shot, this and that. So I was like, man, like, damn, what I'm gonna do? So Kambosos said, he said, if I win, you got my word, I'm gonna give you a shot. So I didn't know much about Kambosos, but I seen how hungry he was and how hard he was training. And I knew what Tio was doing. It's no secrets in boxing. Everybody know what everybody doing. So I knew what he was doing. I'm like, this guy got a real shot. He's a live dog. When he was winning the fight, I'm like, ooh, like, this may be my chance. I may really get my shot. So when he won, I was happy because he gave me his word that he would fight me.
And we just did an interview with Eddie Hearn. He said you came to him after that fight and was like, Eddie, give me that fight.
Yeah.
He started trying to work behind the scenes and basically, tell me if I'm wrong, the way, Top Rank had Kambosos.
Yeah.
And he was like, they freezing me out. I'm not gonna be able to make the fight. You gotta take the 2 or 3 fight deal they want you to take. Go get that fight and then let's come back and do business. Is that how it happened?
Yeah, somewhat that's how it happened. They wanted me to sign with them to get the fight. And
they call it options.
Yeah.
Option on you.
I can't say Eddie really wanted me to do it.
Really?
I mean, rightfully so. I mean, he invested in me. He believed in me.
Oh, you mean he didn't want you to take the 2 or 3 fight deal?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And I was like, damn, like I was back and forth, like, should I not? I want to be loyal to Eddie. Eddie's my guy. I was trying to make it work any way that I could. At that moment, I was like, well, can I just involve Eddie? Is there any way that I can just involve Eddie in on a deal? It was like, this is more like a take it or leave it deal. I couldn't negotiate nothing. Nothing. They told me, hey, they said you got 24 hours and you can't tell nobody. If we hear that you tell anybody, the deal's off the table.
It's over with.
So I was like, I remember I was in New York. I was in my hotel room. I was just thinking like, damn, go to Australia, not once but twice. Rematch, just the money, take it or leave it, nothing to negotiate.
You couldn't even negotiate the bread?
Couldn't negotiate the bread, couldn't negotiate. I couldn't negotiate nothing.
What about the rematch though? If you beat him, it wasn't going up?
The money.
I'm saying would the money go up if you beat him the first time in the second fight?
Yeah.
Okay. But it still was kind of like, we gonna go up, but this is the number.
Yeah, this is the number,
you
exactly.
Couldn't even negotiate the second fight? Ooh-wee. They negotiating hard, boy.
That was the deal, but it was 24 hours.
And they hit you with the 24 hours.
Can't call nobody.
Ooh.
So I was like,
man, hardball.
Like, lawyers and everybody was just calling me. I was ignoring everybody. I was like,
I gotta think.
I gotta think, exactly. Yeah. Everybody was just calling me. Eddie was hitting me. Eddie was saying like, no, let's just go this route. That's not the best deal. But I was like, nah, I'm gonna take it. So I took it. Then I went home. We announced the fight.
Bro, you did that and you get over there and Pops can't come.
Yeah.
Or it seems that he can't come.
Yeah.
What are you thinking in that moment? You over there right now, my daddy can't get in here.
Man, at that point, I was just so deep in the camp. I was already prepared to be over there. Before I went over there, like it was like something we had to fill out like a visa and like fill out this paperwork and everything. And I was asking my pops like, "What's up? Did you fill it out? Whatever." He was like, he didn't really want to tell me what was going on. He was like, "Yeah, I'm working on it, whatever the case." Like days kept going by. So then probably like 2 days before I'm about to leave, I start figuring out like what's going on. Like he like, man, let's just push it back a few more days. I'm trying to get over there. They playing, whatever the case. So I'm like, all right, push it back. So then that day finally came when it was time to leave. I gotta go. I probably was like, you wanna just stay, a couple more days so we could just try to figure it out. Man, I'm on a mission. I gotta go.
Your mind was made up.
I had already put all the hard work in. I was great shape. Everything I was ready mentally, physically. So my team that I had a good team of guys that was ready to go to war with me.
You had Yoel Judah, Zab's dad, right? You was comfortable with him if he needed to be the chief?
Yeah, I was comfortable with him. The guys that was already training me, that I was already, training with. Like, let's do it.
What was your mindset, bro? I told you this before. Like, I'm watching a fight and I'm always reading a fighter. Like, when they get ready to take that walk. Because I'm like, man, I'm gonna see if he ready. I seen you look at the crowd and I seen you run to the ring.
Yeah.
When I seen you run to the ring, I said, oh, he ready.
Yeah.
He ain't no hesitation.
Yeah.
What was you thinking? What made you run to the ring like that?
I don't know. It was just in that moment. Like, I just seen fire. I just seen it, bro. The arena was like,
about 50,000 people.
No, it wasn't even an arena. It was a stadium. So And when I got in there, like
energy.
it was, you couldn't even see like everything. Like it was just like, what? Let's go.
So in the fight, what's the difference between 15-20 and 50? The roar. What's the difference feel like?
Honestly, the arena was so big. Like, I mean, the stadium was so big. Like, it wasn't really roaring like that. Like, you know, because it was just so big. So it was quiet. It was quiet.
Oh, you did. I mean, that's your fault.
Yeah, I shut him out, so it was quiet. It was like
that's true. That's true. Your jab, man, you box real good in that fight. And again, when I'm watching the fight, I'm not just looking at the puncher's throw. I'm looking at the demeanor of the fighter. You could tell it was weight on you being in there, pressure, but you was handling that pressure well. When did you know in that fight, like, I got him? All I got to do is keep doing what I'm doing, and I got him.
I got him early, like second round type.
Now, you beat him, and it was a little bit of rumblings in the press about, like, I might be in the States, it might. So I'm like, man, they might be trying to negotiate. Did y'all try to make a move? Even though the contract...
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, man, I need more money. I need more money. I need more money. If y'all want me to come back, I need more money. Because it was like, man, I already got the belts. I'll vacate these motherfuckers if y'all don't give me some more money. But they was talking about suing me and doing all this. So I was like, can I go back?
So you just said they didn't come up?
No, they didn't come up.
So you go do it again. What was the difference between the first time there and the second time?
The second time, I was just much more comfortable. You know, I knew where to stay. Like I just was familiar with, you know, the area, being over there, you know, how long to be over there. I just was much more relaxed, much more, you know, familiar with the territory.
I feel like taking a trip like that, going to war and coming out on top, like that takes you up mentally and just your confidence.
Yeah, no, for sure. That had me on cloud nine. I felt unbeatable. Man, I went over there, did that.
Took care of business.
Yeah.
I'm calling the fight with Lomachenko and Jermaine Ortiz. Loma wins. You and Pops pull up, and you in the ring, y'all campaigning for the Loma fight.
Yeah.
The fight gets made shortly after that on May 20th, 2023. MGM Grand in Las Vegas. I called that fight on ESPN. It was 20 some odd thousand in there.
Yeah.
But it was loud.
Yeah.
And I remember before the fight, you was getting ready to walk, and I remember thinking like, yeah, this gonna be a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Because he had a lot of fans in the building, you had a lot of fans. But it just felt like I could feel it. I'm in my suit, and I could feel the pressure. I ain't about to fight.
Yeah.
So I know y'all feeling it. And I felt like in that fight, I don't know what everybody else talking about. Felt like that was the best I seen you.
Yeah.
Because the weight, the pressure was heavy. And I just seen you box, and I seen you control the fight. And I seen you even weather the tough moments.
Yeah.
Most championship fights, you gonna have moments. Dude gonna have moments, you gonna have moments. But how do you weather those storms? But then Loma did not close the fight like he was supposed to in the 12th round. And I think if he would have won that, it would have been a draw. I think a majority draw, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And I hit you after the fight. And I said, hey, bro, don't let these people make you feel like you didn't fight a great fight because you did. That's the best I've seen you.
Yeah.
And you said something to him. You was like, nah, all that press, whether it's positive or negative, I love it.
Yeah.
I said, oh, this generation different, bro. He don't matter whether it's positive or negative. But what was your take on the fight? Like during the fight and then after?
So during the fight, I was confident that I won. I knew that it was a close fight though. So you never know. You never know when you know what they scoring, what they seeing. But I definitely felt like I won the fight. After the fight, you know, I felt like I won. Then, you know, people just they try to bang it in your head that you lost. You lost. It was robbery. So then I didn't want to watch the fight for a long time. Like I just didn't feel like, you know, it was a fight that I just didn't feel like comfortable watching it. So then I'm like, I finally watched it. I'm like, I won this fight. What did he say? I know I won this fight. I'm watching it. And I didn't still, but it was times that I got touched that I didn't like. Then it turned into my favorite fight. That's my favorite fight of mine.
To this day.
Yeah.
How did Pops feel about it?
My Pops said, "You whooped this mother." He kept telling me that, like, even during the fight, if you watch the fight, he said, "You kicking his ass." Nah, he was confident. He was confident in the victory too.
Gervonta and Ryan fight in April of 2023. Ryan gets stopped. but they do big numbers at the gate and they big pay-per-view numbers. After that fight, did you think you were realistically in the running for either one of them? Was Tank a possibility?
Yeah, Tank,
and was Ryan a
more
real
Tank than
possibility?
Ryan, yeah.
Really?
We didn't know what path Ryan was going to go down.
You was at that fight?
Yeah, I was there.
You went to the fight. You come back to the Bay and had a tremendous turn. I think it was like 16,000 or something in there against Regis Prograis. Regis didn't look like himself to me.
Yeah.
Was that Regis fading or was that the Devin Haney effect?
Nah, I think I handicapped him. My team came up with a good game plan, like great game plan. We studied him over and over and over again. We watched all his mistakes. We watched it, like, you know, the things that he did good, he did well. The game plan went with it worked to the team.
Your fashion. Tell me where your love for fashion comes from.
I can't really say.
Because you be putting it on.
When I was young, I just remember, you know, going to, like, my mom used to be shopping, like, bro, every day. Like, that was kind of like our love. Like, that was kind of like our love language. Like, we would go, like, to, like, the stores and stuff. She'd be trying on clothes and I'd just be there, everything. And that's one of the, like, few memories I have with my mom as being a young kid.
Who started the trend with, some people say it's Gervonta, some people say it's you with the outfits and the brands. Like, I'm a partner with the brand. Who?
Yeah, so that was me. My first collab was with Gallery. Now we're seeing more and more collabs, everybody collabing now.
So after the Regis Prograis fight, when did Ryan's name start coming up as a real possibility?
I don't remember exactly. Ryan's lawyer reached out to me, reached out to us and was like, you know, we're interested in, we're trying to make the fight. Ryan, you know, insisted me to reach out to, you know, make the fight. But we didn't know how serious it was. And me and Ryan, we just basically got on the phone. I told him everything I wanted. And yeah.
See, I like that, but they don't be talking about that enough. They don't talk about the fighters bypassing the suits, bypassing the managers, and really getting the deal done. You know, lawyers got to do their job with the paperwork, but, like, I like that because a lot of times that's how stuff get done.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about it with Terrence and Spence. That's how that fight got made. Like I said, we talked to Eddie and I asked Eddie, I said, well, what was your involvement in the negotiations? And Eddie was super respectful, but he said, I think they missed some stuff. He said, I think with the Ryan Garcia negotiations, he should have had weight clauses on there. He should have had stipulations on there. And he missed some opportunities. In hindsight, looking back, do you think y'all missed some opportunities in the negotiation?
Yeah, I definitely think that we missed a lot of things negotiating. But me and my pops, we negotiated that fight. You know, it wasn't anybody else. So you know, it's just part of the growing pains. We missed out on some things. You know, we took more of the pie as far as, you know, the money. But we just missed out on some very valuable things that, you know, we learned.
Now, the way Eddie tells it, he said Devin and Ryan, they looked at what happened with Gervonta Davis and Ryan, and they assumed that that's what they was going to do. He said, I told them, this is going to be your number. And he said, that was the number.
I don't know about that part. I think that everybody thought that the fight was going to be huge. We thought the numbers was going to, you know, go through the roof. And we seen Ryan do, you know, we seen a different Ryan Garcia than we seen leading up to the Tank fight. It was just a totally different. The whole world was thrown off by it. Yeah. So once after the fight, that's when Eddie was like, "Oh, I think this is what it did."
Really?
Yeah.
So y'all have the kickoff press conference in New York, right?
Yeah.
It was wild, to be expected.
Yeah.
Right? The Haneys, they not gonna, you know, mince words. They're gonna speak their piece. Ryan Saw, his father, his family, they're gonna speak their piece. But when did you start to realize that something ain't right? Like, bro saying a lot of stuff online. So when did you start getting the wind of all the stuff Ryan was saying?
We were speaking, like, you know, negotiating the fight. Me and him, we was talking a lot or whatever.
Head up.
Yeah, everything was just respectful and everything. So then I seen him in Vegas, and he just, like, walked up. He was like out of it. He was, like, talking crazy. So, like, at first I'm like, he joking. I'm thinking that he's joking. So I'm just like, look at him, like, and then I'm like, he's serious. So I'm like, yo, something wrong with him. But I'm like, oh, well, maybe he's just trying to build the fight. So I'm like, okay, maybe he's just trying to build a fight. Maybe that's like his strategy of how to build a fight. Because I told him, like, you acting, bro. This is not you. Then when we went to the press conference, I mean, you heard everything that he said. Yeah, you heard everything that he said. That's when I was like,
But one thing I always respected about you was your discipline to the craft. Like you put the work in. Like I see it. And I think you got a lot of that from Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing that work ethic. Was it hard to stay focused with all that noise?
Not hard to stay focused because, like I said, I had a great training camp. Everything was great. I can't speak on nothing that like I can't say where I went wrong.
How much of that was you hearing on a day-to-day basis? The stuff Ryan was saying
every day, something new.
So you was getting wind of it
every day, something new.
Did you think the fight was gonna happen?
No, I didn't. At time like I had Oscar like, yo, like.
So what you would?
Yeah, is he gonna show up? Oscar like, don't worry about it, bro. He's gonna be all right, bro. He's gonna be there. He's gonna be there. I got somebody out there, you know, I got eyes on him. They're watching him. They're making sure that he's going to the gym. He's going to the gym right now. Or I was just like, man, listen, I don't think that he's, like, it got to the point where tickets wasn't selling like they were supposed to. You know, I don't think this is the best move. I think we should, you know, postpone it or, you know, I should fight and then, you know, we could circle back to this. Oscar's like, no, bro, trust me. The numbers are going to be crazy. Da, 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 da. You know, you guys are gonna make so much money, and you know he's gonna show up. He's just trolling. He's trolling. He's telling me he's trolling. So I'm like, nah, he's not trolling. He's not trolling. That's real. Like, and it was just getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
What was your father saying throughout camp about that?
He was same thing. Like we was both going back and forth. Like, it gonna happen? Like, we could understand. We like, why the he wanted to start this now. Like, why all of a sudden he playing this crazy role now? Why do you think? On the outside looking in, why would you say?
I don't know, bro. Like, when I seen it, I knew it wasn't right.
Yeah.
You know, I knew it wasn't right. And I said it before the fight. Then he win the fight after, or he do it at, you know, y'all had a fight and everybody like, see, oh, you said he wasn't right. I'm like, bro, just because he won don't mean he's solid mentally. Like, you know, he's saying some stuff that's wild. He said some truthful stuff too.
Yeah.
But he said a lot of wild stuff and I never thought it was just a game. I be going back and forth with people before the fight. They're like, it's just, trust me, they're trying to get in Haney's head. And I'm like, yeah, he playing this role too good.
Exactly.
He playing this role too good.
Yeah.
And right after the fight, he kept it going. I seen Pops though. Pops did an interview. He's like, he's not crazy. He's gonna show up. Like, I can see Pop almost trying to will the fight to happen. Like, just trust me.
Yeah.
But he was still trying to figure out if the fight was gonna happen, even though he was saying.
Yeah, I mean, because Oscar was assuring us that he was gonna show up.
So fight week is here. Are y'all hearing anything about weight issues when y'all touch down?
Nah, we're not hearing about no weight issues. We're hearing about him drinking, though. We're hearing about like him going to the club.
Did the club thing really happen?
Nah, he was going to the club. And mind you, you know, we staying at the same hotels and everywhere we go. I'm asleep or whatever. My security or whatever, my people out, they out, you know, they doing them. Ryan coming in, you know, with girls, drinking every single day.
That's wild.
Everywhere we go.
That's wild.
I'm just hearing about it. But I can't believe it. It's like
it's like fight week. And you don't think that messed with your head? You don't think that had you off a little bit?
I can't say because everything went good for me. Everything was
leading up to it. So what you thinking when you sit next to dude and he doing his little dance and you sitting there looking at him? You sitting there looking at this dude like, really, bro? And he doing his little dance. What you thinking?
We wasn't next to each other.
Y'all wasn't?
No.
Okay,
they made it look like that, but we wasn't. So we were supposed to be next to each other, but he was like that he didn't want to be next to me because this was right after the press conference.
And in the kickoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but when you seen that, what was you thinking? Like, he tripping.
He tripping. Something's wrong. Like, where did this come from? Yeah, why now? Why now?
Feel like that messed up some numbers, gate-wise and pay-per-view.
Of course. So, I mean, we all know that. We all know that, you know, it turned a lot of people, you know, rubbed a lot of people the wrong.
Some people feel like that'd make them more curious. Like, this dude, you know, people love that kind of stuff.
It rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. A lot of people, you know, felt like it was going to be like there was no point in watching it. Some people felt bad for him. Of course, you know, it definitely, you know, tarnished the numbers a bit.
I talked to Eddie specifically about the night of the fight, and I said, bro, when did you know that this wasn't gonna be your night? And he went back to the locker room.
Yeah.
He said, man, he had too many people in the locker room, and I watched him. I forgot how long he said, but he sat there for a long time trying to lace up his essential boots.
Yeah.
He said that was a problem. Do you feel like that was a problem? Did you have too many people around you before the fight? And was you focused on the wrong thing?
I wouldn't say that because it wasn't nothing new from what I was used to. It wasn't nothing new. And how can some boots or whatever, me lacing up some boots or me having 10 people in the locker room, Trump, a man that's been drinking every single day, partying with girls every single day. Me, I'm not having no sex. I'm not doing nothing. I'm getting my rest, doing everything, training 2 to 3 times a day. How can that determine the outcome of a 12-round fight? And that's why I couldn't understand. That's why I'm like, hell no. It was unbelievable to me. And then when the PD situation came out, that's when I was like, that makes sense.
He also mentioned before the first bell rang during the introductions, what I got from it was he said, I was trying to get, he from the UK, so I'm trying to get Devin Haney to turn on, like focus. He said, and he said he was pointing at Ryan, like, look at him.
Yeah, I remember that.
He's out of it. But he made it seem like you didn't have your game face on.
Yeah.
How did you feel before the fight? Did you still feel confident?
Nah, I felt regular. I felt confident.
What was he reading then? What was he seeing?
Because before the fight, Ryan was like, how like you look at your opponent, y'all looking at each other like face to face, eye to eye, and Ryan doing all this type of shit.
Yeah. Before the
yeah, right, while we're all in the ring. So Ryan's like doing all that type of weird shit. So that's what we all seeing.
Was it throwing you off though? Like, man, what's up with dude? Like, we get ready to rumble.
Nah, I'm not. I'm like, I seen it before, and I'm thinking Ryan not in it. So,
yeah.
But when everything goes well, you look like a genius. You look like, yeah, I told you these boots was good.
Nobody
I told you, yeah. I told you I had these 10 people. I need these 10 people in here. These 10 people made me knock him the fuck out.
That's how I go.
These my 10 people right here.
That's how I go.
Now that the night didn't go my way, then it's like, oh yeah, I knew it.
Winning covers a lot, bro.
Exactly.
Winning covers a lot.
What about all the he was doing? Oh, that was right. He was doing everything right, huh?
They actually justified that. I'm looking at fans saying, I told you he was fine. Look at him, bro. Just because he won don't mean he was good, bro. Look, he don't look good. So the first round happened, bro. You said you had a great camp. This what I don't understand. I don't know how, was he that fast with his left hook? Because I know y'all worked on it because you said it.
Yeah.
How did you get hit with that shot early in the fight? I mean, talk to me.
It's boxing. You can't swim without getting wet. You're going to get hit. I got hit.
I felt like the times when you stood your ground and then slowly pushed him back, it was a totally different fight.
Yeah.
When you gave up ground, he got bold. Did you see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely saw that. I don't want to talk too much on the fight because I could say, oh, I could have did this, and that. Well, he could have not took PEDs too. PEDs don't just magically pop up in your system. And if they do, then you can justify it, right? You should be able to justify how I got in your system, and it would set you free. The truth will set you free. That's the truth.
So you feel like it was just the PEDs that beat you, or do you think it was his skill set plus the PEDs?
PEDs, I mean, it's going to enhance whatever you already got. He wasn't a bum fighter before that. He wasn't just trash. So he always showed power and speed before that. PD is going to enhance whatever you got. And I don't care what you say. If that's the case, why are they banned? Why don't we test for him? If that's the case, we shouldn't even test for him.
But y'all had VADA testing throughout the camp. Tell me if I'm wrong. He passed all his tests until the week of the fight.
Correct.
Right? So he tested positive for a test pre-fight and then post-fight.
Yeah.
Right? So, the test take 3 or 4 days to come back. But he had already, so he essentially had dirty urine going into the fight. You just didn't know it because the test hadn't come back.
Of course, yeah.
And then he tested again after, and that also came back. Was it 1 or 2 substances? Because I heard something about a second substance.
1.
Okay.
It was like a speculation for 2, but it came back that one was cool. And then it was 1.
So to me, that tells me, I ain't no scientist, but that tells me that it didn't seem like he was like cycling through training camp with this stuff. I think what happened, I heard he was real heavy the week of the fight. I heard something like 15 pounds. Don't know if it's true. And then he obviously didn't make the weight. Did Floyd tell him not to make the weight? You already spoke on it, my boy.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
So he don't make weight.
Floyd said he didn't.
He did not?
Floyd said he didn't.
He did not?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what he
I'm
said.
gonna
That's
leave it
his
at
word.
that. I mean, I seen him throw.
I seen it too.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna leave it. I feel like he came in heavy and somebody said, hey man, take this to get the weight off. But the fact still remains he had something in the system and you don't know how that affected him. You don't know how that energized him. You don't know how that gave him more energy, more endurance.
I mean, cutting weight, when you're in training camp, 9 times out of 10, I don't know about you because your body a little different, but when you're a little bit heavier, it's like a certain weight that you be, where you be a little bit heavier and you be kind of stronger, you be a little bit more sharper.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And then you cut the weight,
get weak.
and you get a little weaker. You still be sharp, but you're not as sharp as what you was when you was a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
So maybe you take something to where you keep that strength. You don't gotta drain yourself or strain yourself so much when you're losing weight. But I don't know. I'm not an expert though.
When did you first hear he wasn't making a weight? Was that the day before the fight?
Yeah, I found out when pretty much everybody found out when he showed up to the weigh-in.
If I'm not mistaken, I heard Pop say on It Is What It Is with Mason Cameron that if he could do it all over again, he wouldn't have took the fight if he wouldn't have made the weight.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that? You would have just said fight off, either make the weight or we not fight.
Yeah.
You would have did that for sure.
Yeah.
100%. Did you ever think about stopping in the middle of that fight at any point in time?
No, I never felt like stopping. Like it never even hit my mental one time to stop.
Bro, you a dog.
Like never even was like, damn, I'm fucking around. Like
your jaw was swollen.
I never even thought of it.
You getting up multiple times, but I never seen you turn. I never seen you,
Yeah.
You look at Pops, give him that look, very easy.
I was always trying to get back in the fight. I never thought like I'm overmatched or nothing like that. I'm like,
you never felt
I want to get it back. I want to get it back.
To the final bell?
I gotta get that back. Yeah. I gotta get that back. Maybe that was what, could have been one of the things that I could have, was like, all right, well, maybe I could get it back eventually, build it. But when you in that moment, you a dog, you want to get it back.
Yeah, I seen that in you, bro, and I respect that.
People could say, oh, he don't have a chin. No, when you get hit and you get up, that's what's showing you have a chin. Being able to get hit and get right back to it.
Did you ever recover from that getting hurt the first time? In the very first round?
I feel like I recovered because I wasn't that hurt. It was more like a surprise.
Like shocked you.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like I recovered.
What is Bill telling you throughout the course of the fight? What did he have? What type of urgency did he have? What was he saying?
Like I said, I don't want to speak on that too much for various reasons, but yeah.
Are y'all still taking legal action over what he did? Or y'all still thinking about it?
We'll see.
Okay. What's that walk like back to the dressing room? And when you get back there, Eddie said it's a fraction of the people that was in there post-fight than it is before fight. It happened every time.
That's normal, yeah.
What was you feeling when you stepped in that locker room and you like, bro, I can't believe it just happened?
Yeah, no, I mean, you're still surprised, you're still trying to figure out, where you went wrong. Yeah, I mean, you're just trying to figure it out.
When did you first get wind that his urine was dirty?
One day, I was just going to Chipotle, and I was just like...
Your boy said Chipotle.
I was going to Chipotle, and then my lawyer called me. I was like, man, I don't feel like talking right now. And then my dad called me. He like, hey, you talk to John? I'm like, nah, I ain't talk to him. And then he like, I'm gonna put on a 3-way. And then that's when he told me.
What was you thinking?
I left Chipotle. I know that.
Yeah, did you get your food?
Huh?
Did you get your food?
No, I didn't get my food.
You didn't even order?
No. I'm like, I'm out. I couldn't believe that shit. I'm like, but everything just started, making sense. Sometimes you get some closure, sometimes you don't. That was like somewhat of the closure, like, oh, okay.
How are you and Pops doing right now, man? It's a lot of people calling for you to get a new situation.
Yeah. I've
always respected how Bill's always said, my son is the boss. It's hard for a father to say that because they look at their son like, you always under me. I don't care how big you get. I always see Bill step aside and say, man, I respect whatever decision my son make.
Yeah.
How are you and Pops doing since the loss?
Oh, we good. Everything is like it's always been. My Pop's been there since I was a young kid, every step of the way. Through the good and the bad. When I was email champion, when nobody was paying me no mind, when I couldn't sell, when I wasn't a draw, when I was this and I was that. He was there, so what make now any different?
So y'all gonna keep things the way they are, or you think you may bring some help in?
No, I mean, why would I switch up on my people when they didn't do nothing wrong? They took some PEDs and, you know, and
I'm not
was
saying get rid
victorious.
of her. I'm saying like bring in some, and y'all have always kind of
Yeah,
done that. Y'all have always kind of done that.
We've always done that. We've always done that. So the formula won't change.
I got a couple more for you, champ. I'm gonna let you out of here. What has changed about your life? Maybe the way you think, or just people around you since that fight?
Something like that situation will mature you. You know, I thought I was mature then, but I'm even more mature. You know, your experiences mature you, and that's just some. You know, just this whole experience. You know, I'm able to, you know, cut the grass, and you know, anybody that had a question like, "Damn, do they fuck with? Do they fuck with me?" I see like, oh yeah, now I see. Oh, you don't fuck with me.
So you seen some snakes in the grass?
Yeah, I seen some snakes in the grass when I cut it, but people who also seen that, you know, like, do you fuck with me? Actually they show themselves like, okay, yeah, you here, you know. But definitely, you know, my circle has gotten, you know, much smaller, and I feel like I needed that though. I needed that. Like, I trust Allah in His decision, and everything happened for a reason.
Sometimes adversity gotta come. So
it's gonna come.
Yeah, so it's gonna come. But so the right shakeup can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like you never would have revealed yourself if this didn't happen.
Exactly.
Like you say, you would have been in the grass. And then I may not have known that you were really for me if that wouldn't have happened. So sometimes it's a blessing in disguise.
My circle was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Every fight was just getting bigger and bigger. More people around, that I couldn't see it because just more people tagging along.
As a competitor, Dev, do you want that rematch with Ryan Garcia? Is that something that's like, man, I gotta get that back?
If he was right here, I'd get it back right now. Because it's just, you know, if somebody did you like that, you want to take it, because I did that already. I tried to do it fair. I tried to, you know, it was 3-3 since amateurs. I tried to give you that, you know, that another fight, and when it was even, we was drug tested, we was on even playing field, and you f***ed up. I didn't. I did everything right. I came back clean. So I am a competitor. I am competitive. See, everything got to be right. You know, everything got to just be on my terms, and everything got to be. I try to do it on your terms. I try to give you that, and you show why you don't deserve that.
You're gonna have the hate. You're gonna have the people saying what they say, but you got a lot of love too. I don't want to overlook that. For those people that are looking for Devin, saying, "Man, what's up? Are you good? And what's next?" What would you like to say to them?
No, I am a competitor, and you know, when I first started out boxing, you know, when I took it serious, and you know, I was like, this what I'm going to do. You know, I wanted to be. I said, you know, I'm gonna be great in the sport. I'm gonna be the best. I'm not in here to be, you know, just a competitor. I'm not in here to you know, be just one of the other guys. No, I want to be the best. I want to be the guy. So it hasn't. Nothing has changed. You know, just a little adversity. Just that's just part of it. That's every great has faced adversity. I don't care who you are. So the world get to see me face it, but you know, I'm gonna rise even higher than I was before.
Well, like I said in the beginning, bro, I appreciate this time because it's very easy, especially in this day and age, man, to always show the high moments. I can't even say I'll be doing this interview if I was you. You probably have to come looking for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I hate losing that much.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you, bro, you know, going to the fight and coming and doing this interview with us. I know you could have did it with anybody.
For sure.
And just really just showing people that, look, man, I'm going through it. I'm trying to figure it out.
I didn't want to, I could have did it with a lot of people, but I didn't want to do it with just somebody who just don't understand that, you know, that just, you watch boxing, you know, sometimes, or, you know, you just watch me and Ryan Garcia fight, not someone, you don't really watch boxing. I wanted to do it with somebody that understood, that's know what it's like to be in those hard moments, that's know what it's like to face adversity in the ring, that know what it's like to get knocked down. You know, I wanted to do it with somebody that understood that. And that's what makes this interview unique.
Well, brother, we appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
There's nothing else to be said. That's another episode of The Art of War. Tap in.